Do you want to be here right now, Mike?
Oh, yeah, of course. I love it. I'm ready to do this.
Okay. Well, welcome to another awesome edition of Dipping Milk and Cookies. Guys, I am Garrett, the Cookie Commander Smith.
And I am Michael, the Master Milker Segovia.
This is the podcast where two best friends, boom, try to figure out this thing we call life using friends, guests, and microphones. So let's jump into it. Come along with us. How's yeah, right.
Oh, it didn't work.
Yeah, it didn't work either. How's your week been, buddy?
It's been an interesting and intense. Obviously, like I told you guys, I went to the doctor, got some blood work done. Crazy levels. Obviously changed my diet. Working in a pizza joint doesn't really help.
Yeah.
Late night eating obviously doesn't help.
Yeah.
The type of drinking I was doing didn't help. Not
Yeah.
like I was a binge drinker, but I would drink IPAs.
Yeah.
Pretty often. But not like daily. I mean, there's sometimes I could go a couple days without, but sometimes it's just like, man,
I need a
it'd be
beer.
good right now. I need a beer. And especially when I get down in the game, I like to have a beer while I'm playing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. It's only fitting. But obviously, the doctor visit opened your eyes to some stuff, which is awesome. Not like I've been saying it for the last year or anything, but yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Anything? How's I have been meaning to ask. How's the virtual schooling been going?
It's honestly, man, it's crap.
Yeah.
I understand the effort behind it, and I see the effort, and I do appreciate it, but at the same time, it just infuriates me because, like, my kids are at home doing this crap, and there's other kids that are going to school, and, like, the fear of everybody being together. I was just at the races on Tuesday at the Milwaukee Mile, and there was, like, 5 people that had a mask on, and there was a couple thousand people there. I mean, I think now a lot of people aren't so afraid of it anymore, but it's, it's just one of those things. It's a fine line, but the virtual learning thing, it's tough. Because I got to try to keep an eye on Lincoln while he's terrorizing everything, and then Jaylene and Zakaya are trying to do their schooling, and like it's just tough, man. I tell Jenny every day, it's like, dude, I really can't do this because, like, I'm going through some of my own stuff right now.
Yeah.
So trying to take care of, like, the kids and the baby, it's just like, man, it's just this is hard. It's hard, and I give credit to all the parents that are doing it. Some of them have, the flawless techniques, and if this was like 2 years later when Lincoln's like almost 4, it wouldn't be a problem. It would be his butt would be learning too. Like, it'd be a whole process, and that's okay. And if this is something that becomes a long-term thing, because the kids have actually asked just to be homeschooled, but
of course they did. Of course they did.
I mean,
wait a minute. I can wake up whenever I want to, and I don't have to go. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that one.
I guess basically you just got to log a certain amount of hours like per week to do it, and it doesn't matter how you do it or when you do it.
That's wild.
But there's plus and minuses to everything.
Yeah.
So you just got to take it as it comes, and
for sure,
and move along.
For sure. Well, that's good. That's good. I can't even imagine how difficult that actually is. So I commend you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, oh, that's good stuff. So we wanted to dive back into a prior topic. That's one thing we've been talking about doing now that we have a little bit more production value and we're taking this just a little bit more seriously. We wanted to kind of rehash on some of the old episodes that we didn't really do too much justice. So we'll lead in just like this. On Monday, a TikTok user with the handle at Baby Jenny, of course, Jenny, posted a video.
It just makes sense. That's a TikTok name.
Yeah, right.
At Baby Jenny, because I saw that. I'm like, you are a TikTok.
A little tick-tarded. They posted a video of what they described as a UFO on New Jersey's Route 21. The video showed several other people standing on the side of the highway to photograph the blimp in the sky. No, it definitely was a blimp. The video, get this though, the video had 4 million views and more than 600,000 likes as of Tuesday afternoon, not even a day after it was posted. That's wild. And the fact, obviously, guys, we're going to be talking about UFOs. We did an Area 51 episode a while back, but especially in light of everything that's been happening in the last few months, we're going to touch back on the UFO topic. Obviously, I am a firm believer that we are definitely not alone in this universe. Like, it's first off, there's no real comprehension as to how far space goes, at least to us. So if you're going to tell me, you're going to sit there and tell me that we're the only rock in this whole entire, stretch of space that has intelligent life on it, statistically, it's impossible.
You might be a redneck.
Like, it's not possible. There has to be intelligent life somewhere out there. Now, granted, are they, driving by, just rolling down the window and taking a look, and they're just like, nope, not yet. They're still dumb. They roll the window up and they just keep going. I'm sure that's definitely for real, and I'm sure of it. So, like, a lot of UFO sightings, are usually a bunch of BS, but I know there's a couple of them out there that are for real, and that's terrifying yet really exciting at the same time. Because geez, like, could you imagine? No, I can't even imagine. And that's why it hasn't happened yet, or at least to the general public. We don't know about it. But, like, I wonder if there has been, like, contact attempts, You know what I mean?
I'm sure, man. There has to be, like you said, to be the only planet that has life on it. I just don't think that's possible.
Mm-hmm.
History has shown different and weird things. Like, you were telling me about a book a long time ago. It was called The Translation of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
And it was talking about how it was a tunnel that the Mayans had, right?
Yep.
That's, like, perfectly round, and just the way it's done, it has to be done with a laser. Like, the technology that they had at the time,
it's physically impossible.
Right.
Physically impossible.
And then there was another thing you had pointed out to me too, and these are the two things that I had remembered from when we talked about that book. Was, what are things that you can visibly see from space?
Yeah, man-made objects you can see from space. Obviously, one being the Great Wall of China, and two, the pyramids. Pyramids. That's it's crazy. It's far-fetched, but at the same time, listening to or reading, how this guy is putting it into words. Obviously, Atlantis, lost city of Atlantis, was supposed to be somewhere smack dab right in the Atlantic Ocean. When it's believed there was an earthquake, which cast them to be flooded out essentially by the ocean. The people there, they split into two factions, one going east, one going west. Obviously, we're talking about Northern Africa and Egypt, and South America, where pyramids were being built. Obviously, there was different styles, but pyramids being built nonetheless. And the theory is that when the aliens come back, the people that showed them how to do that, when they come back, they don't have to come land and search. They can just survey the planet and say, "Oh, I see pyramids. That our people our tribes down there, so we got to go down there and pick them up."
And I think it's interesting too, because for the people of those times, they always worshipped like a higher being, like gods. And the idea of God was still kind of like really fresh, at that time. And to have gods that people worshipped, and then it still goes throughout history, like, you could say, like, those gods that they would worship, they could have been aliens, because they're coming down, and if they make a sacrifice, they believe that these gods would come back to them and help them out in their time of need, and this and that.
I've seen Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I've seen that movie.
It's a great movie, though, man.
Yeah.
But I think that it's interesting that a lot of the stuff that we see in TV, movies, books, anything that has to do with UFOs, aliens, and stuff like that, that it's consistent. Like, in different parts of the world, like, it's still consistent with the stories.
It's the same story, it's just different characters, essentially.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence. Like, that the only question that you can really ask yourself is just, like, who was that person, that the all powerful omnipresence, essentially? Like, where were they getting that from? That's always my biggest question. But I'm sure that's a question that a lot of people ask themselves.
But how do they get here, though?
Right, exactly.
That's the real question.
That's the thing. Yeah. Yeah, who are you and how did you get here?
And that's why we're going to talk about some UFOs.
Yeah, state your business. What states do you think have had the highest number of UFO sightings just in this last year?
Just this last year?
Don't look at the computer. You already did.
I did, but one of the ones that's on there I figured would be California.
Yeah, for sure.
Just granted with the size and the amount of people and I mean it's pretty popular out in the desert, so I'd say probably a lot of the West Coast states like California, Nevada, Utah, and then even on the East Coast, I would say at least somewhere in like the New York, Massachusetts, New Hampshire area, maybe Maine, maybe around Texas.
I'm really surprised Alaska isn't on the list. It's the highest amount of sightings just on this article that we got here. California, Nevada, Florida, which is weird. Those are the three top states essentially. But I'm really surprised Alaska isn't on there because Alaska is just.
No, there's vampires up there.
Oh yeah. That's
yeah,
right. That's
you're
right.
gonna get that 30 days a night.
That's right.
The vampires come out to play. Aliens are just like, no,
not yet.
That
not
might
yet.
be a different type of
Not
alien.
yet.
We don't know.
But yeah, get this. Last year, the U.S. Navy acknowledged that the objects seen in 3 widely leaked and ultimately declassified videos were, in fact, UFOs. In the most general sense of the term, okay? The story was picked up by most major news outlets and once again captured the imagination of those Americans not too skeptical to consider at least the possibility of the existence of extraterrestrial life. I've watched the videos. I'll post one of the videos onto our Facebook page. You guys can go check that out. It's pretty wild. It's really cool too because it's like it's at night. There's just like this one blip that's moving super fast across the screen, and you can see the guy like trying to like lead the target because he's trying to capture it. Because like you see the square like kind of tighten up, it'll go wide and then tighten up, but he keeps missing it. Eventually he gets it, and then as soon as it locks on and he's like tracking it, you hear the guy just like, whoa, I got it. Can you believe that? What is that? Bro, bud. Like, it's so funny. Like, the dude sounds like such a stoner. It's just like, dude,
Yeah,
dude, I
California.
got it. Bro, what is that? Like, it's pretty wild because that thing is trucking. It is moving fast, real fast. And it's right on the deck, right on the water. Like, it's creepy, and it just makes you think, like, things that make you go, what are you doing? What's your deal? What's your deal? State your business, kind of thing. You got it?
Yeah, because
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah,
I was
we'll
looking
get
up
there,
was
yeah.
real quick because you had mentioned water is right on the deck, you know. So there's, you know, obviously people see the UFOs in the sky, and then people also forget that they say that there's some UFOs that have been seen underwater.
Allegedly.
So what that would be called is a USO, unidentified submerged object. And it's an unidentified submerged object is, well, they just say that twice. Anyways, that term does not, and it's very small, the explanation, but they say it does not necessarily refer to a paranormal event or origin. But I've read some stuff that there's supposedly like a portal underwater or like a base underwater that these UFOs come up out of the water, and that's why you see a lot of sightings around the coastlines and around areas with large bodies of water. And they believe that when they go through the portal, they come from obviously another dimension or another part of space. And if anybody's seen like Stargate and stuff like that, it's kind of like that same idea that it's just this big open area that a spaceship can fit through, whether it's a large one or a small one, however their technology makes it work. And there was an article that I had found too, really quick here. So it's from the New York Post. It's dated May 13th of 2020. So fits right in with the timeline of how this year's been. But it says the headline is UFOs seen emerging from water add to U.S. Navy mystery.
Yep.
And that's another thing too, is that the Navy and the Marines, like they usually, or Air Force a lot.
Yeah, it's usually the Navy and the Air Force.
They always say like, there's been stuff where it's just, they see them all the damn time. You know, they're always in space or by the water. So in 2004, U.S. Navy pilots encountered multiple fast-moving UFOs off the coast of San Diego, California. While this story is now widely known, one detail from the USS Nimitz incident has often been overlooked. Eyewitnesses also spotted a UFO under the surface of the ocean. A UFO in the water is called a USO, or an unidentified submerged object, and there is a long history of UFOs being witnessed under, near, and above bodies of water. From a sighting recorded by Christopher Columbus in 1492 to the Utsuro Bun folklore in Japan. Sorry if I didn't get that right. Or the highly documented Shag Harbor incident.
Wait. Where was that again?
The Utsuro Bun folklore right?
In
Japan.
Sorry. Missed it the first time.
Or the highly documented Shag Harbor incident. Water seems to play a big role in UFO sightings. Stephen Greenstreet and Nick Pope dive deep into USO cases throughout history in this episode of The Basement Office. So it looks like it's episode 8 on The Basement Office. And again, you can find that link. We can post that link for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But man, bodies of water, to me, it's interesting because what other movie was it? Oh, Signs. Signs, the aliens their weakness is water.
Mm-hmm.
Because when Joaquin Phoenix, he's just like swing away, and he starts hitting all his glasses of water all over the place, and the aliens just like,
It's just melting.
Yeah, which is interesting. But I mean, obviously, these are all theories.
Yeah. That's you got to take everything with a grain of salt, obviously. The one thing that I find to be really convenient, so to speak, is the fact that now, in the midst of probably one of the worst years on record, all of a sudden now UFOs are okay and it's a thing. Like that. That's been so brushed under the rug because of like everybody's fright of COVID and the election that's coming up. People aren't even realizing, and I feel like the government is just throwing that stuff out there just to distract, just to keep everybody kind of lulled, just like, oh man, UFOs are a real thing. I'm gonna pay attention to this instead of trying to pay attention to the farce that is 2020's election. But yeah, the government. I mean, this just happened. This is dated August 15th of this year, so this is a month ago. But yeah. The Pentagon forms new task force to investigate UFOs. Like, not only have they declassified files to say that UFOs are a real thing, now they're adding fuel to the fire by saying, yeah, they're a real thing, and we're going to have to start pumping money into a task force to investigate these things.
And we'll call them Starship Troopers.
Right. Oh, God. That's one of the best movies.
It is.
I remember
only the first one.
Yeah. I remember having a conversation with somebody who shall not be named, and she thought that it wasn't a cult classic, and I put it on Facebook like, hey, everybody, Starship Troopers, a cult classic, and like immediately, yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I think I commented with the GIF. I'm doing my part.
Right. But yeah, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomenon Task Force, or UAPTF, continues an effort begun in recent years to investigate unexplained aerial incidents encountered by the U.S. military. The new task force will be overseen by the Department of the Navy and will report to the Office of Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security. In April, the Pentagon declassified 3 videos captured by U.S. Navy pilots that appear to show unidentified flying objects. That's going to be the link that I share on Facebook. Again, if you look at the footage, everybody's seen the sighting videos. It's one thing when it's average Joe, on his deck or something on his cell phone, just trying to get a real shaky, zoomed in shot of something in the sky, which really could be turning out to be a blimp. But when you're getting these official military videos, and I mean, sure, you can doctor, footage. I know you can. It's not I can do it. I'm sure it's difficult, but it can be done. But again, with the level of the footage, again, coming from the U.S. Navy, maybe, it's hard to refute, man. It really is. Like, you watch it and it's just like, ooh. Ugh, what is that? What is that? Can you explain that? Can you shoot it down or something just so we can figure it out? Because yeah, some of these videos, it's unreal, and it's exciting but terrifying at the same time, because if there's other intelligent life out there with technology on that level, it's just like that's their Sunday cruiser, man. Like, who knows what like the mothership looks like and what they have on that thing. So, but it's hard to talk about this sort of stuff without the the foil caps.
I thought about wearing one for this episode. I totally did. I thought about it, but I was like, it's not going to work that well with my headphones.
You should have. That's all right. Before we get any deeper, guys, let's take a quick break so we can drop in with our sponsor. Axelstrad is a company built on core values of integrity, sustainability, and innovation, and is passionate about finding solutions for business growth. By working together, they will find activities that add value to your business while creating a framework that is flexible yet structurally sound and allows your business to grow profitably. Axel Weber, founder of Axelstrad, is bringing a new, fresh, organic approach to doing business in today's ever-changing landscape. Equipped with a bachelor's of business administration accounting from the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, associates in music production and recording technology from Madison Media Institute, and coupled with real-world experience as a financial controller, Alex is a leader in business administration using analytical and creative approaches to developing sustainable business growth strategies. Right now, our faithful milkers and dippers are going to receive 15% off of up to the first $300 with any service that Axelstrad offers. Okay, now guys, anybody who has done any kind of digital work, any kind of media marketing, anything of the sort, can understand it gets a little pricey. So don't wait. Act right now. Get down on this deal because it's like crazy. It's a stupid deal. Again, 15% off to up to the first $300 with any service offered by Axelstrad. But you have to make sure that you said Studio DMC sent you. Okay, you won't get the promotion if you don't mention dipping milk and cookies. To reach the great staff at Axelstrad, please call 818-585-8742 or send an email to ateam@axelstrad.com. Again, that phone number is 818-585-8742. Prepare yourself to be stratified. All right, welcome back. So we're gonna go over the top 5 most credible UFO sightings, and I mean, obviously, again, take it with a grain of salt. I still think they're for real.
Some things you just can't unsee, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
So you get the Men in Black.
Yeah, man, dude. I wish those things were for real. Just do it to myself. So number 5 on this list, East Coast Go Fast video. When news leaked in 2017 about the Advanced Aviation Threat Identification Program, that is a mouthful, a video emerged that revealed an encounter between an FA-18 Super Hornet and an unidentified aerial phenomena. All right, seen along the East Coast on a Raytheon Advanced Targeting Forward-Looking Infrared Pod. Jeez, these acronyms are crazy. The craft was similar to that spotted off San Diego in 2004, a fast-moving white oval about 45 feet long without wings or exhaust plume. The pilots tracked the object at 25,000 feet above the Atlantic Ocean as it flew away and simultaneously rotated on its axis. No explanation ever emerged. And again, I'll put the link for this article in the video description so you guys can go check it out yourself. Let's see here. Number 4, the Stephenville sightings. This is in 2008. The small town of Stephenville, Texas, like you can go call before, 100 miles southwest of Dallas, is mostly known for its dairy farms. But in the evening on January 8th, 2008, dozens of its residents viewed something unique in the sky. Citizens reported seeing white lights above Highway 67, first in a single horizontal arc and then in vertical parallel lines. Local pilot Steve Allen estimated that the strobe lights, spanning about a mile long and a half mile wide, traveling about 3,000 miles per hour. No sound was reported. Witnesses believe the event was reminiscent of the Phoenix Lights sightings of 1997, while the U.S. Air Force revealed weeks later that F-16s were flying in the Brownwood military operating areas just southwest of Stephenville. Many townspeople didn't buy that explanation, believing that what they saw was too technologically advanced for current human abilities. And that's the thing that really gives it away. Like, I mean, that was a pilot talking and saying 3,000 miles an hour. Could you imagine going 3,000 miles an hour? I don't think our bodies could like sustain itself. Like, we would just morph into the chair.
And I think the one that they're talking about in Arizona, it's over the sky, and obviously but I think that's the one that's in the straight line. I think there's like 3 of them in a straight line.
Yeah,
and they're like sequencing like their flashes. I think.
Yeah. I still think those are just like the fog lights on the actual ship. Like it's a huge ship we just can't see because it's got some like cloaking system.
But they didn't have enough money to cloak their lights.
No, that's what I'm saying. The lights are just they're the fog lights. We'll let those on. You can see those. What are they? Is there 1 ship or is it 3 ships? See?
Okay.
See?
Okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Number 3, the O'Hare.
Too many times.
Yeah, right. The O'Hare International Airport saucer. This happened in 2006. Flight 446 was getting ready to fly to North Carolina from Chicago's O'Hare International Airport when a United Airlines employee on the tarmac noticed a dark gray metallic craft hovering over gate C-17. That day, November 7th, 2006, a total of 12 United employees and a few witnesses outside the airport spotted the saucer-shaped craft around 4:15 p.m. The witnesses say it hovered for about 5 minutes before shooting upward where it broke a hole in the clouds, enough that pilots and mechanics could see the blue sky. That's creepy. The news report became the most read story on the Chicago Tribune's website to that date and made international news. However, because the UFO was not seen on radar, the FAA called it a weather phenomenon and declined to investigate. Yeah. It's so funny how quick you can find excuses for it to not be a UFO, but like I still can't believe that when they make those decisions, there's not at least one guy in the room that's just like, by the way, hold on. Like, what? Can we actually dive into that? Ricky, shut up. Sit down.
How long you been here?
Right, exactly. Raise your hand next time you want to talk to me. Number 2 on the list here, the USS Nimitz encounter. You were talking about this earlier. On November 14th, 2004, the USS Princeton, part of the USS Nimitz carrier strike group, noted an unknown craft on radar 100 miles off the coast of San Diego. For 2 weeks, the crew had been tracking objects that appeared at 80,000 feet and then plummeted to hover right above the Pacific Ocean. That's what I'm talking about, that you can't just go from here to there like that without it being funky, being weird. When 2 FA-18F fighter jets from the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz arrived in the area, they first saw what appeared to be a They first saw what appeared to be churning water with a shadow of an oval shape underneath the surface. Then in a few moments, a white tic-tac-shaped object appeared above the water. It had no visible markings to indicate an engine, wings, or windows, and infrared monitors didn't reveal any exhaust. Black Aces commander... That just sounds cool. Black Aces commander David Fravor and Lieutenant Commander Jim Slate of Strike Fighter Squadron 41, God, that just sounds cool, attempted to intercept the craft, but it accelerated away, reappearing on radar 60 miles away. It moved 3 times the sound of speed and more than twice the speed of the fighter jets.
Commander David Fravor, he was actually just on the Joe Rogan Experience just recently.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Black Aces commander.
And he
David
talks
Fravor.
about that on there with Joe Rogan, so you guys can check that out as well.
Sure.
We'll post that link in there.
And then number one on the list here, the lights above the New Jersey Turnpike. It takes a lot for motorists to stop alongside a highway to look toward the sky, but on July 14th, 2001, drivers on the New Jersey Turnpike did just that. For around 15 minutes just after midnight, they marveled at the sight of strange orange and yellow lights in a V formation over the Arthur Kill waterway between Staten Island, New York, and Carteret, New Jersey. Carteret, New Jersey. New Jersey's police department's Lieutenant Daniel Tarrant was one of the witnesses, as well as other metro area residents from the Throgs Neck Bridge on Long Island and Fort Lee, New Jersey, near the George Washington Bridge. Air traffic controllers initially denied that any airplanes, military jets, or space flights could have caused the mysterious lights, but a group known as the New York Strange Phenomena Investigators claimed to receive FAA radar data that corroborated the UFO sightings from that night. So, we caught ya, you liars. There was something out there, man. We know it. But yeah, that's the top 5 most credible modern UFO sightings, and that's coming off the History Channel website. Again, the link will be in the video description. Yeah, dude, it's such a weird subject. It's such a weird topic to talk about just because, again, you're either like a believer or you're not. There's really no gray area when it comes to UFOs. I really cannot stand conspiracy theories. I really, deep down, they're just like, yeah. Keep them, yeah. Ugh. But then every once in a while, you'll hear one where it's just like, no, come back, sit down, explain this a little bit more. But again, it's you got to take everything with that grain of salt, and I'm trying to watch that salt intake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what do you think's going to happen? What do you all right, let's do a hypothetical. Let's say in 2 or 3 years, it's proven that extra ETs are out there. We actually have like confirmation, kind of the point where like you see it yourself with your own eyes. What do you think happens?
Well, for me, I've always been a believer in that stuff. Like, I've always believed in Atlantis, aliens, UFOs, paranormal, all that stuff. For whatever reason, I've always just thought that, like, it's there. So for it to really come out that, like, undeniable evidence that, like, aliens are real, I guess really for me, it depends on what kind of aliens we're talking about. You know, I mean, if you got some like laid back aliens that just come by,
like Paul.
Yeah, you know, just come by and just see what's up,
Yeah.
and can kind of live amongst each other. Or are these aliens like
Independence Day,
or like Alien? You know, from
Oh my
Alien,
God, yeah.
where it's just they're there and they're checking on you because
oh God,
you know, what if we're just like a farm? You know,
yeah.
We don't know. We could just be a little farm. They could have planets scattered through everywhere, and they could have these planets cloaked so we can't detect other planets that have life on them.
Isn't that Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Yeah, probably.
Ego, yeah, he plants those flowers. Eventually, he turns into a big blob and starts taking over the planet. He's trying to turn every planet into himself. Wild.
But yeah, like I said, depending on what we know about them, of course, we're going to try to make contact and really go and see what's up and go ahead and... Yeah, I mean, for me, man, it's really just what kind are we talking about? Because
yeah, that is a very deciding factor for sure.
Because if it's like something that, you know, looks like it's a threat, you're not gonna want to just like go show up on his door with
shake
your
his hand. Hey, you want some
spaceship.
coffee?
Yeah, you know, but at the same time, if they come here, like we've seen in tons and tons of movies where aliens invade Earth, like at first we can't do anything about it. You just got to kind of go with it. Mm-hmm. That's a really crazy hypothetical question because
I think the planet would go crazy. It would go nuts. Because there's a lot of rational, logical thinkers out there, but so just vastly dwarfed by the dum-dums, the TikToks. Sorry.
I think there would be a lot of people that would actually kill themselves.
Well, yeah. They wouldn't be able to face. It'd probably be a lot of the Bible Belt people for sure, because they wouldn't be able to grasp that. God, God, this isn't. Yeah, I'm. What? There's only one true God. Yeah, their brains would just explode. They would just not be able to cope with it, I feel like. But I feel like there would also be a lot of panic. There'd be a lot of panic because that would be the first thought. It's just like, what kind of aliens are we dealing with here? Like 9 times out of 10, all the aliens that we've ever experienced in pop culture, they're not friendly. They're not friendly at all. Like I said, Paul, that Seth Rogen movie, I think that's the calmest example of an alien that's hit mainstream media ever. So I feel like that would definitely be a big question that everybody would be asking, and in that meantime, they'd be going batty. E.T. Oh yeah. E.T. Yeah, good call. Obviously, E.T. from the 80s, also a good example of a friendly alien just trying to help.
Elf.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, he
but
eats kittens,
I was just about to
Elf.
say, yeah, he eats cats, bro, and I love cats. So
Yeah, I mean, he's still pretty laid back though.
Until he eats your cat.
He can go find a stray cat or something.
But what if he eats spaghetti?
He'll be full.
Yeah, it's a big cat, big kitty cat. I miss my cats. But yeah, I think it'd be pandemonium in the streets. It'd be chaos because, and then You got to think too, the government like immediately would be like, how can we get our greasy little hands on their technology and use it against them? Like it'd be crazy.
I think that you might see a lot of unity because once the world knows that there's an actual greater threat than ourselves, we'll come together, just like in the world wars, when it just really starts getting to a point where it's like you have to step in.
Yeah.
You're going to come together. Like the UN would decide this thing, which is just like, hey, we have something bigger than what we're all dealing with right now. And if you guys want to get back to this, we totally can. But for right now, we have to take care of our world. Otherwise, we won't have a day to sit there and bicker.
And then that's when I jump up on the truck and I'd give Bill Pullman Independence Day speech. Oh, God, it gives me goosebumps every single time I see it. I can literally recite that whole thing, too.
Yeah.
I've like burned it into my memory.
Usually you'll share the post that you made like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the whole statement.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, we're running a little late here, so we're going to wrap it up. Hopefully we did this episode a little bit more justice. I know it's a lot of rambling. We're figuring it out, people.
I think this was a good one, though, and we'll get better with these.
No, yeah, for sure.
We're gonna touch base on some of the old ones, and I think they're gonna get a good. It's gonna be good.
Gonna be bigger guests. It's gonna be
yeah.
It's gonna be fun. But yeah, you can catch us at facebook.com/dipping milk and cookies, on Twitter, on Instagram, Twitter, Instagram at dipping milk and cookies. Hit it, boom. What else? You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, iTunes. Yep. As always, YouTube. YouTube. Make sure you're sharing, rate, reviewing. Keep it metal. Rate, review, subscribe. Very important, guys. If you guys want notifications for all of our new content that comes out, make sure you click that little bell on YouTube. What else?
Axel Strat LLC.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, comment. Make sure you leave comments, content. You can send all of that to dippingmilkandcookies@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you guys.
Yes.
Clearly, we need topics. So if you got something you want to hear, you got something you hear talked about between a couple of schmucks like us, send it our way, because we would love to tear it apart, essentially. Other than that, you got anything else you want to add there, Bro Chacho? All right, we'll see you guys next. No?
No.
Okay.
No, we're good. I'll have something for you next time, though.
I will say, Reflection of Flesh did just finish tracking our third album. That's supposed to come out hopefully by end of November, middle end of November. So that's gonna be awesome. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Parasitic, yeah. Yeah, that's the perfect way to explain this here.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I got nothing. You got nothing. Guys, everybody out there, be good, stay safe, stay healthy. Wash your hands, please.
Wear your helmet.
Or
your foil hat.
Yeah, right. Don't forget your masks.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, we will catch you guys next week. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, bro.
All right. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Do it again. Yeah.